having a summer camp this summer. 8 sessions with my main man, ERGJ, is going to teach the young kids about real estate and entrepreneurship in general. Guys, I don't know if you guys know what Evan has been doing, and he quotes that famous quote all the time: it's easier to build strong children than it is to repair broken men and broken women. And that's what he's doing. So if you want your babies to learn from one of the best teachers of entrepreneurship, money, and he's partnering with a real estate coach in an 8-week summer class every Thursday, starting, I believe, June 8th, you're going to be able to get your kids in front of Evan and other professionals to teach them about real estate and about entrepreneurship in general. So if you want more information on that, go to youngblackbillionairesclub.com, youngblackbillionairesclub.com, and get your babies enrolled and give them something different this summer. How about having your babies go back to school and they say, hey, write your little essay about what you learned this summer, what you did this summer, and you got your baby being able to say, hey, I learned about real estate, I learned about flipping, I learned about entrepreneurship, I learned about money, finance, I learned about how to build wealth, how to restore and repair my community. Man, you got to start exposing your children to something different. So youngblackbillionairesclub.com is where you go learn more about that and get your kid enrolled. Wonderful program, man. I know Evan is going to bring it to bring the kids up to where they should be. And you guys know one of my favorite quotes is: the very worst thing you can do to a child is to set expectations too low. And the very worst thing that you can do to a child is set expectations too low. So go to youngblackbillionairesclub.com to learn more about that program, 8-week program where your child, good morning, Diamond. Your child gets to learn about entrepreneurship and real estate for 8 straight weeks, man. It's going to be a killer class, killer program. But it's all about whether or not you're going to make the time, make the investment, and put your child in front of somebody who really cares about their financial well-being. Good morning. For those of you who are new, do me a huge favor. I don't really know. She says she don't have a child, but perhaps you have a niece, a nephew, somebody who you've seen that entrepreneurial spirit in, and you might want to bless them with this, right? You may have seen somebody who or a neighbor or a sister, a nephew, there you go. See if they're interested in entrepreneurship, man. They may have that bug, man, and you just don't, and maybe need to nurture it, man. So do me a huge favor. I don't know really how to do the thing on Periscope, whether you swipe one way or swipe the other way. But if you want to subscribe to the show, we come here every morning, Monday through Friday, at 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. So make sure that you subscribe. Make sure that you share it with your folks, man. We bring positive information. The show is called Talking Money in the Morning, and that's what we do. We talk money, wealth, and finance. Same with you guys on YouTube. Go ahead and hit subscribe if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, and then grab the link and share it on your favorite social media timelines, whether it's LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, wherever. Just share it. And other people are likely to want to start their day with some positive information as well. And you guys on Facebook, you guys always show me so much love. But the hearts and the thumbs up and that means something to Facebook, and it determines how many people Facebook will push the show out to when we get started every morning. So we want more and more people in the show. So don't forget to engage and don't forget to share. And if somebody can do me a favor, ask people to share in the middle of the show. I kind of ask you to share it at the beginning, and I never come back around to that. So if somebody can put that in the chat, that would be great. So for those of you who have never seen the show, you might be new to the show, I like to let everybody know exactly who the show is for. This show is for risers and grinders only, man. This show is for those people who are ready to get up, get out, and get something, man. If that's you, this is your show. This show is for those who are serious about building legacies for their families, man. If you are like me, every night before I go to sleep, I am thinking to myself, what can I do tomorrow or next month, next week, next year, next 5 years to make sure that my children's children will be proud to bear my name? If that is you, then this is your show. On the other hand, who is the show not for? This show is not for the eternal pessimist, right? That person who finds something negative in everything. this ain't your show, man. This show is not for that person who has a problem with money. I know there are some people out here who got that weird relationship with money. They think money is evil. They think capitalism is a dirty word. They think wealthy people are snobs. If that's you, get off my stream, because everybody on this stream is wealthy. Everybody on this stream is aspiring to great things. Everybody on this stream has the proper perspective on money. Money is just a tool. And just like I always say, I can take this tool and hit you over your head with it, or I can take this tool and build you something nice. It's not the tool that's evil. It's the person behind the person yielding the tool that is evil. So, like I tell you each and every morning, I don't have a problem with you not wanting to be wealthy. Maybe you hit the level that you want to hit and you're satisfied with where you are. That's cool, right? I only have a problem with you when you have a problem with me wanting to be wealthy. Don't let my aspirations rub you the wrong way. And if you've never seen a future billionaire before, then I want you to take a screenshot. Jeez. And then watch me work, right? Take a screenshot of everybody else on the stream, because chances are they are aspiring to greatness too. And here's what I want you to get. If we're aspiring to be billionaires and we come up short, what if we only hit 50% of our goal? Can you figure out how to live on 500 million? What if we only hit 10% of our goal? Can you live on 100%? I am Cortez Springer on Facebook. Appreciate that, Diamond. I'm Cortez Springer on Facebook, just like on Twitter. So I think we can figure out how to make it work. So, and some of you guys are saying, hey, you can't be a billionaire in 5 to 10 years, man. What about the folks over at Uber? What about the folks over at Google, right? It didn't take them long to hit billionaire status, guys. Didn't take them long at all. Question is, what are you aspiring to do, right? So today's show, we're talking about consistency and how consistency will help you build your personal brand. Consistency is the mother of mastery, guys. You won't master anything that you're refusing to be consistent with or consistent at doing. And I want to break down 3 forms of consistency as it relates to building a personal brand. Right? 3 forms of consistency when it comes to building a personal brand. As a financial health mentor, you guys pretty much know what kind of personal brand I'm in. Yeah, I can be your mentor, Diamond. I've got a program that you can, it's probably right for you. You're a college student. We can make that work. But here's the 3 forms of consistency when it comes to building your personal brand. Number 1 is you have to be consistent with the volume of information that you're putting out. What does that simply mean? That means you got to be putting out information all the time about who you are and what you do. The volume of information that you're putting out has to be extremely consistent. This show I do every day, Monday through Friday, right? I'm extremely consistent, and that's why I've done hit a different level in compared to a lot of people that are in the same vein, in the same industry. That's why I never trip off anybody else blowing up. I never watch what anybody else is doing in the terms of being jealous or anything of that nature, because I know the one thing that separates winners from those who are just pretenders. See, put winners versus pretenders in the chat. There's one thing that separates winners from pretenders, and that's consistency. There's one thing that separates winners from pretenders. That is consistency. Believe it or not, there are a lot of people who have started doing the same thing that I do. There's only a few people still doing it. It's a lot of people who started doing what I do. There's only a few people still doing it. There's a difference. There's one thing that separates winners from pretenders, and that is consistency. Consistency. So, are you putting out content every day? Are you putting out content, especially if you're using Facebook like me? That's one of my primary platforms. Facebook requires you to put out content 5 to 7 times per day. Twitter, I'm getting used to Twitter. Sorry if I froze up on Periscope. I'm getting used to Periscope, but all social media platforms require you to put out content 5 to 7 times per day. Are you doing that? Or my mentor teaches me that, think about it like this: breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner, snack. And if you're really a go-getter, you should always have something prepared for the late night folks, that midnight hour, right? Because there's always somebody up late night at that midnight hour looking for what you have to offer. Are you consistently putting out a volume, a high volume of content over and over and over? Are you doing that consistently per day? And are you doing that consistently throughout the course of the week, throughout the course of the month, throughout the course of the year? See, some people can be consistent for a day and they can put out 3, 4, 5 posts in a day. That is one form of consistency, but then you won't hear from them people for 3 or 4 days. And when you're dealing with social media, all social media have certain algorithms that track your consistency. Give me a thumbs up if you've gotten a notification. Facebook is doing something new now where they tell you what your how many people have been engaging with you. I just got a notification the other day that said you had 725 engagements. Facebook ain't been doing that before, but they're starting to tell you and encourage those people who are really driving and bringing content and keeping eyeballs on Facebook. Same thing with Twitter, Periscope, same thing with YouTube. Yes, that's me. I must confess, right? So you have to be constantly putting on good content. I literally just got a notice yesterday, and it tripped me out because Facebook just kind of gave me a stat sheet. And then it told me who engaged with some of my posts the most. It gave me like the top 3 or 4 people that engaged with my content, right? It says, yes, I've been consistent for 39 days and some old. Yeah, you got to be consistent, man, in order to make your personal brand out. So when you think about a personal brand, what is your brand, right? I teach branding and marketing. What is your brand? Your brand is your message. Who are you, or who is the company that you represent? Your brand is your message. Marketing is your ability to get your message in front of the people who are looking for your message. I know some of you guys may have been confused. You thought that marketing was getting your message in front of everybody. Everybody don't care about your message. Marketing is getting your message in front of the people that are looking for your message. You got to be clear on that. So what makes it easy for me to be consistent is I've already identified my target avatar. I already know exactly who I'm talking to. Because I know who I'm talking to, I know where they are. Because I know where they are and I know who they are, I know what language to speak to them. Or you even speaking the language of your target avatar. Have you even identified your target avatar? And are you communicating with them all the friggin' time? Your brand is your message. The ability to get your message in front of the people looking for your message consistently, right? So number 1 in the 3 levels of consistency is volume, right? Just even if you haven't identified your target audience yet, put out a high volume of content, and that will in and of itself help you to identify your target. Because I promise you, you're going to put out things all the time that resonate with you, and then what's going to happen is people who are like you will start to resonate with that content, and you'll notice that, hey, when I put out this, I get a lot of reaction. When I put out that, I get crickets. When I put out this, it's kind of in the middle. So you'll start to identify your target audience just by putting out a volume of content, a high volume of content, man. Just put stuff out there. The other thing that does is it gets you in the habit of putting out content. You have to be in the habit of putting out content. As they say, Success does not happen overnight, right? Success does not happen overnight, but it does happen daily, right? Your habits will equal your success. Are you in the habit of putting out content constantly, or are you in the habit of just reading content all the time? You in the habit of just reading other people's content, or are you in the habit of putting out content so people know more about your brand? I'll tell you some of the problems that you guys are running into. And I know some of you guys are in business, and I'm glad that I'm starting to see you post more about your business. But some of the things you're running into is you don't want to flood the market, or you don't want to seem overbearing. You don't want to seem like you are being too pushy and that kind of stuff, right? Let's see, do you suggest to open up your privacy on Facebook? So, man, you better not have a private account on Facebook and talking about building a personal brand, right? So I got a question on Periscope. Said, do I recommend opening up the privacy on the Facebook account so that all can see the post? Yes, you want as many people as possible to see your post because you want to start attracting your target avatar. So if you have a private Facebook account, you're shooting yourself in the foot if you're building a personal brand. And let me just say this, because I know some of you guys may have a private personal account because you have a Facebook fan page. Let me ask you a question. Where do you get the most engagement? Is when you put something on your personal page or when you put it on your fan page? So your personal page still is more dominant than your fan page in a lot of cases. So if you have a private personal page, then you're shooting yourself in the foot if you're building a personal brand. I wouldn't have a personal account or a private account on any social media platform. I know you can go private with Instagram and some of these others. No, you are trying to be. It's like if Sam's Club didn't have Walmart, right? See, Sam's Club can exist as a club, as a private membership club, because they have Walmart. Walmart gets all of the heavy traffic, and then Walmart can funnel people from the general traffic to wanting a private membership. So you can't start out trying to build a brand with a private club first unless you are advertising about your private club. So you literally have to have all of your social media accounts open to the public. It says, can you target your avatar without ads? Of course you can. You target your avatar with your messaging, right? You target your avatar with, we're going to talk about number 2 and 3. So we'll get into how to target your avatar. So we'll talk about that a little bit. But yeah, you shouldn't have a private Facebook account or a private social media account if you're building a personal brand, because you're limiting your personal brand to the number of people who can see it. Not private. It's the option to open it up, post beyond friends. Yes, open it up beyond friends and family, because believe it or not, let me ask you this. What happens when all your friends and family buy from you, right? Do you have the friends and family that are to the place where they can support your entire operation? If only your friends and family bought from you, will that be enough revenue for you to have the success that you want to have in your business? Or do you think you need to be marketing to strangers? So so even if your friends and family had an auto ship and they bought from you a certain product every single month, most of us don't have enough friends and families to make that a sustainable business, right? What if Bill Gates only sold computers to his friends and family? Would he be worth 100 billion? No, right? You got to reach the 99. See, the 1% is those people who love you and they're going to buy from you whether they like your product or not, because they say, hey, I just trying to support you. I don't even like this stuff, but I'm just going to support you because you're my family and I want you to keep moving forward. right? But you got to get to the 99 who's attracted to you for what it is that you bring to the marketplace, and they don't have an ulterior motive to support you, right? Stranger danger it is. You got to open it up to more and more people. So number one is the levels of consistency. The first level of consistency is a high volume of content. Just put stuff out. Now, Corbell asked, what about, can you target your avatar without placing ads? Of course you can. You target your avatar is targeted based on your message, right? What is the message that you are sending out, and who are you sending it out to? See, you don't target based on what you're putting out. You target in the identification of who your message is going to, who you're trying to serve. Your target audience is not who the ad goes to on the front end. You identify your target before you start to put out content, right? You identify your target before you start to put out content, because if you're marketing to everybody, believe it or not, you're not marketing to anybody. If you're marketing to everybody, believe it or not, you're not marketing to anybody. Point blank and period. So you don't want to market to everybody. You want to be talking specifically to the people that will resonate with your message. I am the financial health mentor to the working class. How many of you guys are preparing for work right now? How many of you guys are watching this as you're preparing for work right now? Just to give you an example of targeting, right? Most of you guys are listening as you're preparing for work. You're getting lunch together for the kids. You're getting ready to run out the door, because that's the audience that I speak to, is working class people, right? Some of you guys are just getting off work, right? And you kind of tune me in as you're getting off work and you get ready to wind down and rest for the day because you work the night shift, right? But my message resonates with working class men and women who are looking to build a legacy, who are looking to build looking to build wealth, right? Since I've been here since 5. All right, so that's number one, is a high volume of content. Some of you guys have great content, you're just not putting out enough of it. Number two is, so you're consistent with your volume. Number two, consistency with your value. Number two, consistency with your value, right? You can't be hit and miss. Right? It's kind of like those in Hollywood. What if your favorite music artist or your favorite movie star put out 10 movies or 10 albums or 10 songs, and only 1 out of 10 was good? Right? It's hard to follow somebody like that when the value isn't consistently good. Right? I know I've had some shows that bombed. I know I had some shows that didn't resonate with everybody. I talk about a lot of different stuff on this show, right? But I think you guys come back because the shows are consistently good. The value is consistently there, right? I can't say I'm batting 1,000. I wouldn't dare say that. But I think you guys are here because the shows are consistently valuable, right? Is the value that you're putting out consistent? Or do you put out something really good that really resonates with your audience, that really serves your community? And then are you selling where there is no value? Or are you serious about, hey, I'm going to make sure I'm educating. I'm going to make sure I'm informative. I'm going to make sure that I'm teaching about what it is that I do, what I bring to the table. I'm going to make sure that I serve my people value first. And then if I want to put a call to action on the back end, I've done both. I've given them good value, and then I told them about where they can go get more good value from, right? So volume is number one. Value is number two. Are you giving value? And again, What makes this easy, and we're going to talk about targeting your avatar. What makes this easy is when I know who my target audience is. I know you guys are trying to figure out how you can supplement your income. I know you guys are trying to figure out how to get off your job. I know you guys are trying to figure out how to build wealth. I know you guys are trying to figure out how to use the tax code to build wealth. I know you guys are trying to figure out how to leverage credit to build wealth. So I know what to say to you. I know the types of messages. I know what kind of value to bring to you because I know intimately who you are, right? So I not only bring a high volume of content based on who you are, I bring a high level of value based on who you are. The content that I'm bringing is speaking specifically to who you are. I know that this particular show would have made sense to a lot of you because a lot of you are trying to use social media to build your personal brand, right? And a lot of you are mimicking some of the things that I do. So I want you to know that the reason that I am more successful, especially those who are already part of Project 1000, and you copy some of the things that I do and you don't have the same response that I get, one of the reasons is you haven't been as consistent as me, as long as me, with the amount of value that I've been giving consistently. But if you keep it up, I promise you, you can go to the next level with value and the volume of value that you put out. So before we go any further, go into part 3 or the how to target your audience, I'm going to give you my quote of the day. Quote of the day is, "Dear Black folk, this is why we're broke. We spend our money on everything and we invest our money in nothing. Hashtag we sick, boss." Some of you guys know exactly where that comes from. Dear Black folk, this is why we're broke. We spend our money on everything and invest our money in nothing. Hashtag we sick, boss. That's from our man ERGJ of ERGJ Enterprises, Evan Jefferson. Again, just want to reiterate that the YoungBlackBillionairesClub.com is where you want to go if you want a good alternative summer program for your kids, right? I know you got your kids in sports. I know you got your kids in daycare. I know you got your kids in dance and other activities, but it's okay to go ahead and invest in them in their mental as well. Get them involved in a class that's going to teach them about real estate. Get them involved in the class that's going to teach them about entrepreneurship in general. Just all of us got a little bit of an entrepreneur in us. Some of us got more than others, and some of us have had that nurtured in us more than others. Start nurturing the young entrepreneur inside your kid today, and you can do that with the YoungBlackBillionairesClub.com, www.YoungBlackBillionairesClub.com. It's a summer camp, 8-week program. The classes will meet Thursday mornings, every Thursday for 8 weeks. You can get your kids registered again at YoungBlackBillionairesClub.com. Or if you want to go over to ergj.net, you can learn more about Evan Jefferson and everything that he has to offer with Club Millie. He does retirement reviews. Brothers just on top of trying to help us win financially. And Evan does fix broke. Now he wants to fix broke in your kids before it even happens to them. So definitely get your kids involved in YoungBlackBillionairesClub.com. So let me recap really quickly, and then we'll go to number 3, and then I'll talk to you about how to target your avatar, right? So number 1 is volume. Who's willing? Who can admit? Who's willing to admit? Give me your number. How many times are you posting value on Facebook per day? Anybody on Facebook willing to admit? Right? We know that the standard should be 5 to 7 times. Anybody willing to admit how many times they're posting value on Facebook per day? Right? Robert says, yeah, bring life to their dead education. Yeah, their dead education. I agree. How many times are you posting value to Facebook per day? Some people aren't posting any value. They're reading value all day, every day, but they never post. But at the same time, they're trying to build a business. They're trying to build a brand. All right. See, Monique says she's at 3 to 5. So I would add, you probably bump that up. Go ahead, 5 to 7. Go ahead, 5 to 7. Right? But that's a good place to be. If you've been consistently doing that for months on end, 3 to 5 is good. If you're consistently doing that 3 to 5, is that every day, or is that 3 to 5 on Monday? You don't hear from me on Tuesday. You don't hear from me on Wednesday. I post 2 times on Friday, and then I post 10 times on Saturday. Right? That's not consistent. Right? That's too sporadic for Facebook. Right? 2 to 4. So you guys got to get the volume up. Right? Right? And this ain't no bash or beat you up session, but if you want to build your brand, you got to get the volume up to 5 to 7 times per day. Good content. Pam says about once. Okay, got to get it up. Got to get up 2 to 3 times. If it's 6 or more, I generally all at once, not as strategic as need be. Okay, yeah. So what happens is when you focus on volume, even if you don't have the value there, you put this into your routine to where you just are always, either grabbing some content to put up later, or you're always putting some stuff up. When I was working my full-time job, I was I would get up in the morning, put some content out before I went to work. I would get to work in the parking lot before I walked in. I would woo-saw, put up some content. At lunch break, I would put up some content. Sometimes I would shoot a 5-minute video on my lunch break. You just got to put it into your routine. Make it a part of who you are. You are building a brand. The way you build a brand is constantly putting your message in front of people who are likely to resonate with that message, right? Says, Moji said, I post way more than that, but I need to be more targeted. Yeah, we're going to talk about number 3, Mojo. I think number 3 will help you. Number 3 will help you about 2 to 4 times a day. I post daily consistently. Okay, good. Robert says, I'm inconsistent. Got good quality content too, Robert. Good content, man. So get more consistent, and that will help you out in the long run. So what is the third thing? The third form of consistency that you got to get? You got to get consistent with your message. Consistent with your message. You guys know right now, if I ask you to, I'm not, but if I ask you to, you guys can tell me right now what my message is, because I don't deviate. Right? Post link it on YouTube. You guys know right now, if I ask you to, most of you guys can tell me what my message is right now, because I hardly ever deviate from my message. Are you consistent with your message? Right? What it is that you're saying, are you staying on task? Right? Are you staying on message? Are you speaking to one audience, or are you speaking to one audience in the morning, you're speaking to somebody else in the afternoon, you're speaking to somebody else in the evening, you're promoting a lot of different things, and it's hard for people to follow you and stay with. You got to get a consistent message. That's why my message is wealth building in general, and then within wealth building, I have a few different lanes that I can come from that keeps me on message. Right? Building a brand is consistent with my message, because you guys know that entrepreneurship is a big component to building wealth the way I teach it. Right? You got to be in business, because that allows you to access the tax code. So you can use a tax code to build wealth. Right? So are you consistent with your message, or does your message change all the time? Right? Because what we tend to do, especially if we're using Facebook as our primary platform, is we tend to put a message out that doesn't get a good response, and then we stop putting that message out. But here's what you got to realize on Facebook. People can see and resonate with your message, guys, whether they engage with it or not. People can see and resonate with your message whether they engage with it or not. Man, I talk to at least 1 or 2 people per week and say, brother, I've been following you for about 6 months. I never comment, I never like, I never share anything of that nature, but I've been following you about 6 months. Brother told me just Saturday morning, brother, I had followed you for a year before I even contacted you. I ain't never seen the brother like nothing. I ain't never seen him comment on anything, but he had followed me for a whole year before he joined Project 1000. The only way you can get somebody to follow you for a year is if your message is consistent, if you are staying on message. If my message was all over the place, and I'm talking about building wealth one day, and I'm talking about the Kardashians the next day, and I'm talking about, some people can get away with that and they can build an audience based on that, chances are you're not going to be able to target the people in business that you want to partner with, or people in business that you want to buy from you, if you're all over the place with your messaging. If you're all over the place with your messaging. So the 3 forms of consistency is you have to constantly put out a high volume of content. That volume of content has to be consistently good in terms of value. And then that value has to be consistently on message. What is Walmart's message? What is Walmart's message that they are consistently putting in your face? Everyday low prices. Everyday low prices. Everyday low prices. Are they saying that they are the cleanest store in the industry? Nope. Are they saying they're the most organized store in the industry? Nope. They definitely not saying that they are the most well-paying store in the industry. They're constantly telling you that nobody's going to beat our prices. Everyday low prices is what we stand behind. Everyday low prices is what we stand for. We are about everyday low prices. What is your message? If I go to your timeline right now, can I see things on your timeline that is consistent with a singular message? Can I see things that are consistent with a singular message? Or are you all over the place? You got to be consistent with your volume. You got to put 5 to 7 posts out per day on social media. Right? If you're blogging, you got to put a new blog post out every single day, at least Monday through Friday. See, people want to be fed. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. When he said 95%, she's on message. And I'm not saying if you have a personal page, you don't from time to time put some things out about your kids and your family. It's still a personal social networking page. But I'm saying when you post about business, is the message that you're posting about business really, really consistent? So people know exactly who you are, and they know who and when and why to come to you. Right? Because your message has always been the same. Anybody who knows me, if they say, hey, I need to learn how to build some wealth, man, I'm ready to start building my family empire. I'm ready to start building a legacy for my family. They know they can come to me and get help with that. They know without a shadow of a doubt, they can come to me and get help with building their empire, building their legacy, building their family empire from scratch, building wealth, minimizing taxes, eliminating debt, investing, fixing their credit. They know they can come to me for a comprehensive wealth building program. Because that's all I talk about. That's my brand, right? That is my primary brand. Now, in the streets, I'm a youth basketball coach and trainer here locally. So when people see me locally and in the streets, they see a different brand. But on social media, you guys know me as a financial health mentor because that's the brand, right? In the streets, they know me as Solid Foundation Athletic Academy, right? What is your message, and is it consistent? Does it ring true in everything that you do? So 3 forms of being consistent is consistent with your volume, consistent with your value, and consistent with your message. Got to stay on task. Right? Now, let's talk about targeting really quickly before we get out of here. Right? Because Corbell was asking, can you target without ads? See, I want you guys to think about something. When I talk about targeting, and when I teach people how to target their audience, the first place I teach them to look is in the mirror. Whatever it is that you're doing in business, why did that resonate with you? Whatever it is that you're doing in business, why does that resonate with you? What attracted you to that business? Right? So this is a new one to me. I have to get my consistency up with my brand and business. Yeah, got to be consistent and got to put volumes of content out there. Whatever you're doing in business, what attracted you to that business? What attracted you to that business? What attracted me to Project 1000 is the fact that it was the perfect storm for working class people to build wealth. That's why I became the financial health mentor to the working class. Because I said, man, adding a 1099 to a job allows you to save $10,000 to $15,000 in taxes minimum each year. Minimum each year. And I know working class people, if they can save $10,000 to $15,000 each year, that will free them up of the stress of living paycheck to paycheck. So I looked in the mirror and said, why did this opportunity resonate with me? Who am I and what am I trying to achieve? I'm trying to build a legacy for my family. That's why I talk about legacy all the time. I'm trying to build lasting wealth. I'm trying to be a billionaire. That's why I talk about that all the time. See, I know that's what attracted and that's what resonates in me. So when I speak that language, it's going to resonate with others who are trying to build a legacy, others who are working their job full time and trying to work on their legacy part time. When you're trying to build your target avatar, look in the mirror. Her business saved her life. How did it save your life? Where were you when that business saved your life? That's what you speak to when you talk about your business, because chances are there's somebody in that place right now who needs your business to save their life. Where were you mentally, physically, socioeconomically, everything? Where were you in that place? And that's how you build your target avatar. Where were you specifically? Where I was, right? See, she became healthy. So you can speak to people who are unhealthy in the place that you were and probably don't even know that they need their life to be saved. But you can speak to them directly because you were there. When you're thinking about your target avatar, look in the mirror. What attracted you to your business? What made you start your business? Right? What made you say, this business helped me? How did it help me? Because when you target, there's a couple of things that you need to know about your avatar. You need to know who they are, first and foremost. And because you know who they are, you know where they hang out. You not only need to know where they hang out, you also need to know, because you know who they are, you know what language they speak. Give you a prime example. Everybody that is here, chances are you between the ages of 35 and 47. Right? I wouldn't ask you to put your age out there, but give me a thumbs up if you're between the age of 35 and 47. Right? Some are a little older, but I targeted a specific, it says, yes, my testimony determines your target. Yes. So Shan gives me a thumbs up on Periscope. I targeted See, with me, building wealth is a grown folks game. So Robert says 37. Building wealth is a grown folks game. So in order for me to come to you with building wealth, I had to know exactly who you are, right? And because I know who you are, I have to be able to speak your language. If I was targeting people at a different age, then I would speak differently. See, if I was targeting millennials, I wouldn't be talking about building wealth. I'd be talking about getting rich. You guys understand the difference? If I was targeting millennials, I wouldn't be talking about building wealth. I'd be talking about getting rich, because most millennials don't know the difference. So I would have to speak a different language to get in touch with them, to resonate with them. Millennials hang out in different places. I'd have to be in different places to reach them. Right? So when you think about your target audience, look yourself in the mirror and say, where was I? Who was I when I started this business, and why did it resonate with me so much? So you have to know who your target audience is, you have to know where they are, and you have to know how to speak their language. If you're not speaking their language, then I don't care how valuable your content is, it's a foreign language, right? I can have valuable content. So you found me about 2 a.m. on YouTube, right? So A1 Richardson is one of the few here that are in that millennial group, right? Less than 35. But if I talk to A1 would say that you were speaking my language because I don't talk the same language as most millennials. I guarantee you. The reason A1 is here is because he don't speak the language of a typical millennial. He speaks the language of a Generation X, a Generation Y. He knows the difference between wealth and riches. So I'm speaking to a specific audience. He is just under the age of the audience that I speak to because he speaks my language, even though he's younger. Does that make sense? Or she's younger. I don't know if A1 is a guy or gal. Right? So let's talk really quickly about some things that you need to know about your target audience if you want to really start going after that demographic, right? Sociographics, psychographics, and physiographics, psychographics, sociographic, psychographics, and what was the other one? So your sociographics is basically how the people interacts with society, right? Those social aspects, right? Your psychographics are the beliefs that people have, right? Those beliefs, right? If I know that you are a Christian, which a lot of you guys are, because I'm a Christian, you attract people to who you are or who you're becoming, right? So you speak a certain language that Christians resonate with because you know who your target audience is, right? Belief systems are part of the psychographics, right? Sociographics, right? What kind of social activities do the people that I connect with like to do? I talk about this all the time. How many coaches do we have on the line? How many youth mentors do we have on the line? Those are the types of people I attract because that's who I am. Right? I know Corbell's a youth coach. I think Courtney is a youth coach or a mentor, right? So I attract, I have over 220 people in Project 1000, and I probably got 30 coaches or something on the team that coach youth sports or involved in youth sports, got kids or heavily involved in youth sports, because that's who I attract, because that's who I am. You attract people like who you are. So you start thinking about what attracted you to your business, right? Your demographics is, of course, you know, how much money people make, and where do they live, what part of the country do they live in, and all that kind of stuff. So you got demographics, psychographics, and sociographics, right? Those are the things you have to start studying as someone who is trying to build a business, because you know all of business is sales. And if you don't understand how to sell to people, then that's what you have to do, right? That's what you have to do. You have to understand the language of the people that you're talking to. So just a really quick recap. In order for you to build a personal brand, especially on social media, you have to be consistently putting out content. Lots and lots of content. You have to be consistent with the value that you're giving in that content that you're putting out. And then you have to be consistent with your message. You can't be all over the place with your message, right? Have a message. And does that mean that I can never talk about anything outside of building wealth? That does it mean that I can never talk about anything that's politics, maybe, that I can never talk about sports? No. What that means is 95% of the time you know me for talking about wealth. But you also know I'm a human being. You also know I have other interests. So from time to time, you will hear me talk about other things. But for the most part, even when I'm talking about those other things, I'm talking about them in the context of building wealth, right? I appreciate that, Shan. She said, great show today. You always make us think, pushing you guys. That's what I want, man. 5 to 7 posts per day. Make sure your posts are valuable. When I say value, think service, right? Think I want to serve, right? A lot of us, especially if you're in network marketing or you're in some sort of referral or recruiting type business, you think about getting people. Man, I gotta get people on my team. Gotta get people on my team. Now, I ain't get people. I've got to serve people. I've got to build relationships with people. And you build relationships by giving people valuable information that will help them, right? Every day I tell you, if you don't have a home-based business, you're leaving $12,000 to $15,000 on the table every year. You say, how so? Because you could be giving your kids a salary instead of giving them an allowance. An allowance isn't tax deductible. A salary is. So whether you join Project 1000 or not, you can go research that one tip right now and start paying your kids in business. And I gave you some value. I didn't ask for anything back. I just want to bless you. When that is your mindset and your mentality with the content that you're putting out, then you will start to attract people who are saying, hey, this brother is always teaching. This sister is always teaching. I know they have a program that they're selling, but more than anything else, he's teaching. 80-20 rule, guys. 80-20 with your content. 80% of the time, it should be pure value. 20% of the time, sales focus. 80-20. 80% of the time, you should be giving pure value. Some people even say 90-10. 80% of the time, pure value, no strings attached. Here, I want to gift this to you. Hopefully, it helps you move from glory to glory in your life. 20% of the time, I'm saying, hey, I've got a special. Join Project 1000 right now for $35 a month. I'm going to teach you how to build wealth. 80% of the time is this show. It's just, hey, man, hey, I want to help you in business however I can. I want to help you grow. I want to talk to you about some things that I'm struggling with in my business, in my life, and I'm just giving. Right? Marnice says it's 95-5 for her. 95% of the time, she's just giving value, just educating, just coaching, just uplifting people, just giving them, just helping them understand how they can save their lives if they eat better, if they live better, if they exercise. Just 95% of the time, giving. And oh, by the way, if you want to buy a product that can help you do that a little better, I have this for you. Oh, if you want to join my team, I have this for you. Oh, if you want, to take your life to the next level, if you need a coach or a mentor to help you get through this diet plan, I can help you with that. But 95% of the time, you're just giving. Right? I was sharing with my son the other day. I was getting ready to do a video, and he was looking at me and he was saying, "What are you doing?" Right? Because before I do my videos, I have to set the intention. You guys know I'm a big time video marketer. I'm always on video, doing video and marketing via video. Before I do my video, before I hit record, I have to woosah. Then I have to set the intention. What do I want the outcome to be for this video? I relax and I set the intention. Before you put a post out on Facebook, ask yourself, what is the intention of this post? Set the intention. Because y'all know you get what you focus on. You get what you focus on. So I set the intention. I focus on my target avatar. Here's where I'm going to help my target avatar today. Here's how I'm going to bless their life today. Here's what I know they're struggling with. Here is their pain point, and here's the solution that I'm going to give them to help them overcome their pain point today. In this video is going to resonate with them so much that they're going to take the action that I asked them to take at the end of the video. Are you setting the intentions with what you're doing, or are you just throwing mud on the wall hoping something sticks? Right? Or you just throwing mud on the wall hoping something sticks? No, I set the intention to say, hey, here's how successful this video is going to be. Here's who this video is going to reach. This video is going to speak specifically to their pain point. It's going to help them overcome any challenge that they have in their life. I just want to serve. I want to pour into them. And because I serve and pour into them first, they're going to take the action that I ask them to take at the end of the video when I give them a call to action. But you can't do that if you don't know your target audience. Because I know my audience, I know their pain points, I know what they're struggling with, and I know how to help them overcome it. Gotta know your target, man. All right, so it's a little past 8. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. A couple quick announcements, guys. I have 3 bundles for Father's Day. I have book bundles. If you want to give your fathers both copies of my books, go to books.financialhealthmentor.com. That's books.financialhealthmentor.com. I have a bundle. Number 1 is both books, a 1-month subscription to Monetize My Life Academy, and that's for $25 plus shipping. The second bundle is $60 plus shipping. That is a 2-month subscription to Monetize My Life Academy. It is both books, and it is a 30-minute coaching session. Right? And I do my coaching sessions via video because a lot of times as I'm coaching, I might have to do some screen share and show you some things, right? $60. Then the third package is $75. It's a 3-month subscription to Monetize My Life Academy. It is a 1-hour coaching session, and it is both copies of my book, Monetize My Life and Financial Health Traffic Report. So that's first and foremost. This week, if you're struggling to build your brand and you do not have your website, I'm doing a class on how to build your own website this Thursday. I have to check the time. I can't remember if I said it for 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock, but this Thursday, it's $97 for the class. See me if you're part of Club Millie or a part of Project 1000 already. Inbox me. I have a special price for you guys. But for that $97, it's a 2-part class. You're going to be able to go in on day 1, build your website. That step-by-step education, as I'm teaching you how to do it, is going to be recorded for your reference. And then you're going to, over the next 7 days, build that thing. During that time, I'm putting you into a group chat where you're going to be able to ask me questions where you get stuck. I'm going to be able to coach you throughout that week. But then the following Thursday, we're going to do the second session where I'm going to actually answer all those questions live on video. Any place that you got hung up on, you can actually share your websites, and I can actually review them in front of the group, give you some pointers, make sure that your website is solid with at least 4 pages. You will have your home page, you will have your About Me page, you will have your Contact Me page, and you will have your blog page. The platform that we're using is Weebly. Very simple and very easy to use. if you are in business, even if you're in a network marketing company, you should have your own a website aside from what they give you, so you can personally brand yourself, right? In addition to how to build a website, you get my course on how to win with Facebook ads, how to stay under the radar and stay out of Facebook jail when you're placing ads. And then you get access to my 8-part series, what it really takes to make money online. So you get all of that for 97 bucks, unless you're part of Project 1000 and Club Millie. I got a special price for you guys there. And then if you got any questions, just hit me up. You guys who are already part of Monetize My Life, I'm going to put a couple questions and polls in the chat. I want to know what you guys want to train on, what you guys need to learn this week, so I can help you out in that regard. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. As always, I am your main man, H Cortez, the one and only financial health mentor, everybody's favorite fatherpreneur. Until I talk to you guys tomorrow, I want you to get your money up, because you absolutely can do it. Peace out, people.